Welcome to this AWS CLI Masterclass. In this video, we will learn how to control AWS from the command line, step by step. If you are a beginner, do not worry. We will start from the basics: what AWS CLI is, why we use it, how to install it, configure it, verify access, and then perform practical tasks like working with S3, EC2, security groups, EBS, IAM, and automation. By the end, you will understand how real cloud engineers use AWS CLI in daily work. Before learning commands, let us understand why AWS CLI is important. AWS Console is good for learning and visually checking resources, but it is manual and slow. AWS SDK is used when developers write applications in Python, Java, or Node.js to call AWS services. AWS CLI sits in the middle. It is fast, scriptable, and perfect for DevOps, cloud engineers, data engineers, and automation. Instead of clicking many screens, one command can create, list, update, or delete cloud resources. When you type an AWS CLI command, the CLI is not magic. It is a wrapper around AWS APIs. First, you type a command in the terminal. Then, AWS CLI parses the command, checks your credentials, signs the request securely, and sends it to AWS through HTTPS. AWS processes the API request and returns the response. So when you run AWS S3 LS, behind the scenes, AWS CLI is calling the S3 API securely. The first practical step is installing AWS CLI version 2. On Windows, you download the MSI installer and run it. On macOS, you can download the package installer or use terminal commands. On Linux, you download the zip file, unzip it, and run the install script. After installation, always verify using AWS-version. This confirms that your system can recognize the AWS command. To use AWS CLI, we need credentials. Credentials are like keys to your AWS account. But one important rule: never use root user access keys. Root user has full control over the entire AWS account, so it is risky. Instead, create an IAM user or IAM role with only the permissions needed. AWS CLI normally uses access key ID and secret access key. Think of access key ID like username and secret access key like password. After installing AWS CLI, the next step is configuration. Run AWS configure. It will ask for access key ID, secret access key, default region, and output format. Region means where your AWS resources will be created, for example, US East 1. Output format can be JSON, table, or text. After configuration, AWS stores credentials in the .aws/credentials file and region/output settings in the .aws/config file. Now, let us understand the structure of any AWS CLI command. First comes AWS, the base command. Next is the service name, like S3, EC2, or IAM. Then comes the operation, like list buckets or describe instances. After that, we can pass parameters or options. For example, .query filters the result, and .output table changes the display format. Once you understand this pattern, learning any AWS service becomes easier. The first command every beginner should run is AWS STS get caller identity. This command tells you which AWS identity your CLI is currently using. It returns account ID, user ID, and ARN. This is very useful when you get access errors or when you manage multiple accounts. If this command works, your CLI is configured correctly. If it fails, then credentials, region, or permissions may be wrong. Let us start with a simple S3 hands-on example. S3 is AWS object storage, commonly used for files, backups, logs, images, and data lakes. With CLI, we can create a bucket, upload files, list files, delete files, and remove the bucket. For example, AWS S3 MB S3://bucket name creates a bucket. AWS S3 CP index.html S3://bucket name/uploads a file. This is how engineers automate storage tasks without opening the console. Now let us move to EC2, which is AWS Virtual Server Service. In real projects, engineers use CLI to launch servers, check server status, stop servers, or terminate them. The command AWS EC2 run-instances can create an EC2 instance. Describe-instances helps us view details like instance ID, private IP, public IP, and state. CLI is very powerful for managing many servers quickly, especially in DevOps and cloud operations. Security groups act like virtual firewalls for EC2. They control inbound and outbound traffic. With AWS CLI, we can create a security group and add rules. For example, we can allow SSH traffic on port 22. But here is a very important production warning. Never open port 22 to the entire internet using 0.0.0.0/0. In real environments, allow only trusted IP addresses. Security is not optional in cloud engineering. EBS stands for Elastic Block Store. It is like a virtual hard disk for EC2 instances. With CLI, we can create an EBS volume, attach it to an EC2 instance, detach it, and delete it. This is useful when applications need extra storage. For example, databases, logs, and application data often use EBS volumes. In real projects, storage automation is very common during server provisioning. IAM is one of the most important AWS services because it controls access. In this example, we create an IAM user, create a group, add the user to the group, and attach a policy. This means we do not give permissions directly to each person one by one. Instead, we manage permissions through groups. In real companies, this makes access management cleaner, safer, and easier to audit. In real companies, you usually do not work with only one AWS account. You may have dev, QA, staging, and production accounts. AWS CLI supports profiles to manage multiple accounts. Each profile has separate credentials and configuration. For example, you can run AWS S3 LS/profile dev for the dev account and AWS S3 LS/profile prod for the production account. This avoids confusion and helps prevent mistakes. AWS CLI can return a lot of data, especially for large cloud environments. That is why formatting and filtering are very important. -output table makes results easier to read. -query helps extract only the data you need using JMES path syntax. -region lets you override the default region for a command. Pagination helps when AWS returns many records. These options make CLI output clean and useful. The real power of AWS CLI is automation. Instead of typing commands manually every time, we can put them inside shell scripts. A script can create infrastructure, deploy applications, clean resources, or generate reports. This is the foundation for DevOps and infrastructure as code thinking. AWS CLI is often used inside CI/CD pipelines, cron jobs, and deployment scripts. When using AWS CLI in production, security must come first. Follow least privilege. Give only the permissions required. Never generate or store root user access keys. Rotate access keys regularly. Enable MFA wherever possible. Also, clean up unused resources like EC2 instances, EBS volumes, and old access keys. These practices reduce security risk and control cloud cost. Beginners often face AWS CLI errors, and that is normal. Access denied exception usually means your IAM user does not have enough permission. Auth failure may mean expired or incorrect access keys. Resource not found can happen when you are using the wrong AWS region. Bucket already exists means S3 bucket names must be globally unique. Troubleshooting becomes easier when you understand the error message and check identity, permissions, region, and resource names. Let us quickly review important AWS CLI interview questions. First, what is the difference between AWS Console, CLI, and SDK? Console is manual, CLI is terminal-based, SDK is application code. Second, Where are AWS credentials stored? Usually inside .aws/credentials. Third, how do you switch accounts? Using named profiles. Fourth, how do you filter JSON output? Using -- query. Fifth, how do you verify current identity? Using AWS STS getCaller identity. Let us summarize the complete AWS CLI workflow. First, install the AWS CLI. Second, configure credentials using AWS Configure. Third, verify identity using AWS STS getCaller identity. Fourth, start running commands against AWS services like S3, EC2, IAM, security groups, and EBS. Fifth, scale your work using profiles, filtering, scripts, and automation. Once you master AWS CLI, you become faster and more confident in real cloud projects.